Hello, and welcome. I'm so happy to be here and spending this time with you and bringing to you what the theme is this week from the dragons. So I was asking the dragons what the theme is this week, and you may have noticed that we've just had a full moon. So sometimes things are highlighted for you under the full moon because it's big light. And this is the theme that's going on at the moment. We are being highlighted the fact that this is the end of a 400-year evolutionary cycle. We are moving into doing things in a different way. Now, um, you know that I will talk about manifesting, I will talk about creating your own reality. But where I feel most people get really, really stuck is that they stay in their head. Now, this is totally normal. This is what we have to break through. As the human, we came here to do something amazing. We came in with a mission. And there's a movement across the globe of women and men across the globe born at this particular time so that we do things in a very different way. Now, this means that we need to break through. Now, sometimes it can be very hard to break through. We know we're intuitive. We know that we're super conscious. We know that this is our superpower, but still we take everything back up to the head. So this 400-year evolutionary cycle that we've been educated, not just in our lifetime, but previous lifetimes, all about putting the mind, which was crowned as the ultimate intelligence. Whereas you and I know that your intuition, your divine guidance is the ultimate intelligence. And what we're doing is we're getting back in touch with it. Most people have tried their hand at creating a new reality, manifesting. They've certainly had a lot of success. Certain things are happening. But where we normally fall down is to do with relationships, health, and money. Because when it comes to certain things, we are still telling the same story. We're still saying things in the same way. We haven't changed how we feel. When I do a reading for someone, I feel into what's going on in their body. I can see where they are. And then we ask the question as to where they want to be and like what needs to change so that you can start doing things in a different way. Now, for most people, it's like, phew, get out of your head. But for the people that I work with, it's like, how do you change the thoughts? How do you change your vibration? How do you change the feeling that you've got on the inside of your body? It is so much simpler to change the feeling than try and change the words. Most of the women that I work with and guys, they get so snarled up in the business side of things, like how much do I need to earn a month? What kind of clients have I got? So this takes you back into your head again, rather than just saying, this is what satisfied feels like. This is what more than satisfied feels like. This is what lavish abundance feels like. You see, most people have never ever really felt that. We go into the words of something, we play it lip service, but we don't actually feel it. It's like saying, love you, and there's no feeling in there whatsoever. Now, this is the world that we've come to know because everything has to be fast, 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 speedy, 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 speedy. Um, and we're not stopping, pausing, and allowing ourselves to feel. If you could feel what optimum health felt like, you would create it. But what happens is we're still telling the story of like, oh, my hip, oh, my back, oh, this, oh, that, oh, my weight, oh, whatever. Like, so we keep repeating the same story. Or if it's a relationship, like, what's the relationship, the issue? Like, you tell all your friends about it, you keep repeating the story, it starts creating that to come back to you. Well, yeah, you keep talking about it, therefore, that's what you get back. Financially, this is a big one. Most people want to break through the financial. But this is who I talk to because we're in business. And it becomes so hard for people to break the financial habit of thinking about the finances. It's very logical, very streamlined, very strategic. So they've never really understood what it feels like to feel lavishly abundant. Or if you can't start there, what does it feel like to feel satisfied? And hold that. Now, I have beautiful clients, and they have seen clients come, opportunities show up just because they told a different story, just because they felt They knew how they felt about something. It's like, where do you feel that? Oh, I feel it. Oh, right. Okay. I feel it here in the solar plexus. I feel it in the chest. I feel it. So we need to amplify those feelings rather than numbing them because we numb them so easily. You are matched by your feeling, not by your words. The dragons have said to me for years, it's not in the words, Fiona. It's not what you put out there. It's what's going on in the background. This is what people are praying for. They're so lucky to be in this energy and what the story is that you tell. And then how does that feel? If you want to speed up a manifestation, a creation, find the feeling that you want to get into, use the energetics of it, and get into the feeling of it. Now, that's the message for this week. It's all about how you are matched. Feeling is the new intelligence. And we are empathic, we are compassionate, we are feeling sensitive beings, and each generation gets more and more and more sensitive. We have to know that the next generation, our children's children, are going to be even more sensitive. So let's get it right. There's a lovely story I've got about a lady, she's a client of mine, and she was having tremendous problems with one of her children. And I was told to say to her, as I was channeling in our session, it's not what you say, it's not all the words you put out there, and it's what you feel. So we changed the way that she felt. And within a week, her son changed his behavior. He went, Mum, who are you? You're like a ninja. I've never seen you be so clear and so. And normally he would be fighting up against her to try and get her to change. I had exactly the same thing with my eldest son as well. Because of the way I was thinking about his behavior, it just kept repeating. So if you want to do something different, feel different, tell a different story. So we have the cards today. And of course, they're the dragon cards because these are the dragons that came through to me when I was asked to write your book, write your book, write your book. This is all about how you create your new reality, how you manifest, and using your feelings, not your words. So these are the cards that we're going to be using today, and I will be reading out whatever your card is. If you haven't picked a number yet, you can choose one, two, three, or four, or what I highly recommend is you listen to all of them because that's what's going on. That's the theme. And the full moon, that's what is being highlighted for you. So if, like me, you've caught a cold or something's going on in your house, something's triggering you, let's just see that as a sign from your soul and what's being highlighted. How could you talk about your health in a different way? How could you feel differently about your finances? All right, so let's go into and feel into these cards. All right, so we're going to feel into these cards. Um, the whole message from the dragons, which I've got my two books coming out shortly. An interview with the dragons, which is the transcripts of the interview that I did with Seraphina. She's the golden dragon. And then the book that I was told to write a book, write a book, write a book. And that will be a workbook. And that is how this works, how you turn things around using your words, your stories, your feelings, how you set up your day energetically. So let's go in and let's find out what cards want to speak to us today. Um, I use light language, dragon light language, just to get out of my head so that the right card can pop up. And the theme this week is all about you are matched. Your feelings are the new intelligence. Maya uli, maya haraki, maya ka ala umbri, maya bala ayla al ka iyalo, maya. Okay. First one out was Utopia this week. Okay, and she was heads up. So Utopia 59. Right, glasses. 54. Okay, if you're going to listen to all of these, let's just see how these. No. Ooh. Somebody ringing me right in the middle of me doing the messages. So, Utopia. Utopia is card number one this week. Her message, beyond love and what we've known and experienced as love. So remembering the theme this week is all about your feelings or your new intelligence. A lot of the the feelings are have the foundations in love. In other words, you are just loving your body. You're loving your finances. You're very grateful for the finances that you've got. You're very grateful for the relationship that you've got. So you are love and above. So that is where everything starts to change. Okay. There isn't an expansion beyond love that you seek, a quest that is not necessarily for the majority of the population to know about. However, the more of the population that have the ability to feel the frequency of love and are able to step more into this frequency of love, the faster huge consequences can happen for the overall planet's and population's vibration. So that's a very basic, if you could just feel more love for who you are and where you are, not just saying it, giving it lip service, but really, really feeling it. Stop, slow down, and start to feel the love for everything that you have. I know on the days when I take so many photographs of something, the sky, the trees, the silhouette, the sunset, the sunrise, my dog, I know that I'm in love with that day. So just notice some of the things that you absolutely love and then know where you feel that in your body. Just a little bit more. Your curiosity to experience and know what is beyond love is a feeling of mass expansion and a gentle connectedness to every single particle of the world, connected and feeling the capacity to love everything and everyone. This is the state you might decide to call pure bliss. The feeling is being in an altered state of awe and a childlike state of wonder. Other adequate descriptive words of this feeling state beyond love would be enlightened, blissful, peaceful, and even ecstatic state. There is a specific feeling that goes along with this and lands in the body, and that it can feel quite heavy, grounded, very filling, and it can reach beyond your normal states and experiences great expansion energy. So this message from Utopia, thank you, Utopia, for that, is all about you are being matched by the feelings that you have. If you felt that you could fall in love with yourself, fall in love with your day, for the energy on the inside of your body would be a different color, a different note, a different structure. And so what came back to you would match that rather than keeping repeating the stories of what isn't working. Can't say that any more simply than that. So that was Utopia. Thank you very much, Utopia. We're going to move on to selecting card number 2 for this week. Okay. One of the hardest things that humans seem to have is their ability to feel. I grew up in a house where it was not considered intelligent to feel. It was something lesser than. And I've really had to educate myself how to feel. It's been a journey. So let's just see what the second card is going to be about how we feel our way forward. It's a revolution of feelings, the dragons keep telling me. Wow. It flew all the way over there. Oh, absolutely perfect. Don't you love that? All right, number 45, Bloom. Gosh, don't we love Bloom? Bloom is all about joy. Bloom is all about fun. Bloom is all about feeling and amplifying your feelings. And the card that just flipped out of the pack is absolutely amazing. Okay, so what flipped out of the pack was Bloom, and it's just so on theme with this week. So, I mean, I love the way that this is how it works. So we're talking about how your feelings are how you will manifest, but most of us are in our heads too much and it really doesn't make any sense to us. Bloom, make it your quest to live with your heart rejoicing. You may find that reaching a heart rejoicing seems far, far, far away right now. Don't cave into the objections. Experiment with the idea from different directions. get caught up in a moment when your heart fluttered open and you couldn't hold it any longer. And you had to demonstrate what you were feeling with an action that matched the frequency of feeling what you were experiencing, like, oh, love or joy. Your body follows what you are feeling. If you're not feeling anything, your smile doesn't reach your eyes. Your heart doesn't match it. So if you're looking to manifest something, change the way that things are turning out for you, it's all about the frequency of your feelings. There will be moments forgotten that lie hidden and buried under the debris of living in a seriousness and survival energy that you became so used to, and that you are now to be normal everyday setting of your program. It's like dull. These mundane feelings can simply dissolve away when you conjure up the moments when you fell in love with someone, or you were in a special place and you were an innocent child, or you were with a puppy and with your heart rejoicing. Seek out these moments and make that your quest. Keep exploring these moments to feel more of it and to keep them seeping in. Saturate yourself, embed them, embody them. And these allow you to permeate your heart and mind and explore some more. You will naturally find other moments and then more moments that you have your heart rejoicing. It is so important to have your heart rejoicing, because then you can have more heart rejoicing moments come back to you. It is so, 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 so important to have your heart rejoicing. But most of us are stuck in our head. We've got no idea what that feels like because we've been surviving for so long. We're worried about finances, we're worried about our relationships, and we're worried about our health. All right. Find the joy. Okay, thank you very much, Bloom. Also, that is just such a on point message for the whole of the week's theme. This week is all about what you feel is what will be matched. In other words, what will come back to you. Okay, so card number 3. I wonder what card number you chose this week. So let's just see what comes through. Mm. Ja, ja, nach Cambria, I've got a very deep voice this week. I get I Okay, the theme this week is about feelings and how they are matched. Let's get a card for that. There you go. Again, Utopia. Utopia is the dragon that's kind of at the end of the whole process. 58. Okay, we had 59 and now we've got 58. Oh my word, come on. They are long ones, aren't they? Yes. All right, so we need to be able to amplify our feelings. So let's see what the message is from Utopia. And let's play with that for a little while. So the message, the theme this week is all about how you are feeling. And this is nothing about your head. It's allow your head to step away from your head, step out of your own way and allow yourself to feel. This is the best way that you can manifest or change your own reality. Utopia card number 3, the transition to being the oracle, listening to the voice of infinite wisdom, living in the power of the creator. Be consciously aware how your physical body responds as the barometer to your environment for you. When you are connected to your higher self and spirit, you do so via your soul, and the world around you speaks to you, and you are naturally sensitive to the energies of the earth, to its people, to the plants and animals, and beyond the limitations of your physical body, into your environment, which is feeding back to you. So hopefully you can see the theme that is going on here. So your intuition, your understanding of what's going on in your world comes up through your body, which is your barometer, because you feel it. We have to be able to feel what's going on around us. That if we want to create something, if we want to manifest something, how do we do that? We put it into our feelings so that that can then be matched. So you become the observer of life, safe in your own bubble, watching with a new depth of awareness and you never became ruffled by the dramas that unfold or the experiences of what's wrong or right. You are just now observing through the eyes of your soul. And that is with an air of observation. There is no judgment, no criticism, need to be in the middle of that event or that drama or any situation, sharing your beliefs and your opinions. In other words, taking it back from your head and telling everybody what you think. The dragons say it like this. It is our intention to allow people to come back to their body, to feel safe to feel, and to set about living with their original purpose and intention, which is no small matter. We are the collective, a team of one of many, many, many. And for the better description, we are the voice of God. If you are plowing your way through relationship issues, health issues, business issues, financial issues, the best way, the best way is to alter how you feel about them. Take a different perspective, see the joy. And I know this has been said for, all the years that I've been doing these dragon cards, but it's really, really, really important now because the way of forcing, struggling, effort just does not work. It works against you. So the idea is how do I feel about that? And then make sure that that's embedded. Make sure that you've got that feeling that goes back to the love and above card that we just had. How can you live with your heart rejoicing? How can you operate? Here we go. Because there is a book and a message coming from the dragons called The Soul's Operation. What is it? The Soul's Operating and Guidance Manual, to be guided by your, oh wow, how does it work? What is the name of that? Um, the Soul's Operation and Guidance Manual to Your New Human. There we go. So I had to ask what that was, the title of the book was. But the whole title of the whole effect is, how does the new human operate? I'll tell you how she operates. She operates with her feelings. Most of us have shut down our feelings because we just think they're too much. But on the contrary, they're not too much. When you are in charge of your feelings, when you know what you want to feel, when you can find the joy in every single thing, you will have that match to you. We'll get more opportunities, more gorgeous people coming in, more clients coming in, more money coming in, because that has its foundations in what you are actually looking for. Okay, so 2 from Utopia already this week. And let's go on to now card number 4, message number 4. What does your soul want to highlight for you this week? Having just had the full moon, we are talking about what's being highlighted for you. So all the cards that come up as just a little teaching to say, this is what we want you to focus on and take care of this week. And if you keep doing this every single week, you will just keep step by step by step, just getting, if you did something different every single week, if you took a theme every single week and you'd made that your mission, then it would just be so much easier for you to go forward and start creating your own reality. Okay, number 4. Mali uyikina iha. Iya malay iha. Uran bila sisi talan kamalu. Mam bil ikam. Hakmalak uya. Hamala ihuya iambu era. Now, the theme this week is all about feeling and what you are matched by your feeling. There we go. All the way over there again. You want to show me something over there? I'll have a look in a minute. Oh, okay, Rafael number 21. He is the dragon that really tries to teach us more than anything else about how to put the details in. And the details are in your feelings, funny enough. All right, so Raphael teaching us how to put more details in, and it's not in your words, it's in your feeling. That's the whole theme for the week. So there is a need to focus on the finer details. This is your card from Raphael this week, number 4. You may find yourself hooked on the bigger picture, looking into the future and the overall goal. It's big and exciting for sure, but you've forgotten to get into the finer details. I urge you to discover the finer, delicate, and overlooked details of your dream reality. They drive us. They drive the collective and the clans like myself. We are needing you to pinpoint in the finer details. The way I work is that I get into the finer feelings of things. I notice and see the finer intricacies and how that can come about. Serafina might put the big picture out there, but without the fine detail, the picture is just incomplete. It's like a childish sketch rather than a woven tapestry. Like, where's all the detail? If, for example, you wanted to set up your day, you might say, oh, I just want a lovely day. Then I would ask you, in what way? You say, oh, I want the sun to shine. And I'll ask you, but at what temperature? You want the sun so that you can wear a sundress or you can have your skin free and you can really soak up the sun. Maybe you want to have a cool, light breeze and you can wear clothes that feel really comfortable for that and how that feels against your skin. Maybe you want to feel warm and safe. Now, maybe you can ease into your body, confident, agile, and flowing. Like, how does it feel to be in your body? Next, you could feel the body relax and you could feel the body tense. What about enjoying the company you're in? Let it be perfect for you so the company is deep and delving conversations, inquiring and filling your need for that true connection, and appreciate your quality time together. Or you can have it as light and fun and just surface level, full of laughter, and because nothing gets you in particular. And you can have the food that you like to eat that's really fulfilling, luxurious, and looking so pretty. The surroundings that are rich and tasteful and luxurious. Could you be satisfied with eating one excellent meal a day because it was just so fulfilling that you just don't need anything else? In all the finer details, there is texture, there is a weight, there is a feeling, there is a sensation. These are the intricate details in every single part of energy that runs through your body that talks to us. See how you create something in your feelings. If you could set up your day and say, at the end of the day, I want to feel really, really satisfied. I want to have enough energy at the end of the day that I can spend quality time with my partner, with my children, with my dog, in my home, my plants. And how does that feel on the inside of you to feel satisfied and that you've got energy at the end of the day? It's not just in your vision or in your words. It's like, how does it feel? Okay, this is a huge turnaround into how we've been taught to do things. We've never really put a great deal of effort or attention in on our feelings. And this is what the dragons are saying this week. The highlight is all about as we move into being the new human, the operating guide to your new human is that you use your feelings. The frequency of your feeling is what you will get back. You will manifest that. It will be a match for a match, a song for a song, a color for a color, a note for a note. Bring that into your body. Mwah. Thank you very much, Raphael. I really, really, really do appreciate doing these cards every week. And I always choose one as well. Um, so here we are. Okay, here we are doing something different with our world, doing something that has never been done before. And what does that mean and what does that look like? Basically, it looks like we are setting up our feelings to help us manifest something way, way different. Um, so when my son wanted a place in university, he said, Mom, gosh, there are only so many places within the university. I don't know that I like, maybe my grades won't be good enough. Maybe I won't get in. My son has this down to a T. So I'll say to him, can you imagine yourself walking into the building with your rucksack on the back? You see a few people that you recognize. In other words, you've got into the university and you've got one of the places. And he goes, yeah, 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 I can do that. I said, now feel it. Now feel what it feels like when you're walking in through the front door and feel what it feels like to be in that foyer with so many different people on their first year wondering, oh, what class will I be in? Well, will I know anybody here? What will the lessons be like? Can you feel the difference of what that feels like rather than just saying, I want this, I want that, I want, like a list? Many people do that when they're trying to create a mate. Or, my favorite topic is about your business. Most people have never thought about what it feels like to be running their business, to have it successful, to have the 10,000 months, because everything's in their head. And they've never really thought what it felt like to walk into their office and really appreciate the clients that they speak to have the money coming in, to have an assistant to help them. They've never really wondered what it felt like. It's all up in the head. It's all the strategy. It's all the, oh, I need this, like a whole list of things that you need. So listening back to the cards, make it your quest to have your heart rejoicing. There is a need for the finer details. That was the last card that we had, number 4. This is really, really about you putting in more of your feelings into what it is that you are creating, what you want to create next, and you will be matched note for note, feeling for feeling, because of the story that you're telling and how it feels in your body. You will be matched. And this is what it's like to create your own reality. And this is why it matters. This is why, because we are moving into a new era when things are not going to work the same way as they did before. You probably already know that. And maybe some things are working and then some things you're still struggling with. The hardest thing I find with my clients is they don't know how to feel when it comes to something so that's very logical and linear, like their business. So that's where I come in and help you to feel what it feels like when I do the readings for people, I say, how does she need to change in the way that she feels to feel more satisfied, to feel more successful? And I'll feel it in my body and I can relay that back. And then that needs to be embedded into the very soul and the core of you.